What's up, guys? It's hot, and we're back for more fitness. So, first off, again, it's really hot outside right now, so even if you're inside most of the day, just make sure that you guys are hydrating. So drink a lot of water, get some electrolytes, just be really diligent about how much you're drinking right now. Take care of yourself. So, what we got today for the warm-up, you're gonna start with 4 minutes. We're gonna do a 20-foot bear crawl, and then we're gonna do 2 lateral crossover step-ups on each side. And then we're gonna do 5 glute bridges with a med ball or a band. So for the bear crawl, again, we're gonna go straight arms, straight legs, just focusing on being up on the tippy toes and loading the shoulders. And you're gonna walk for 20 feet. When you're done there, we're gonna do 2 lateral crossover step-ups on each side. So you're gonna wanna find an object that's about 20 inches high. What we're gonna do, we're gonna cross over, and then I'm gonna press as much as I can off this foot here, trying to avoid using this foot. I'm gonna step all the way up to extension, and then when I come down, I'm gonna go as slow as I can to really focus on loading back into this glute. And you're gonna do that for 2 reps on one leg, and then 2 reps on the other leg. So real deep, kind of weird range of motion, but again, really good for getting your butt cheeks going for the squats later today. And then after that, you're gonna do 5 glute bridges with a med ball or a band. So if you have a band that you can put around your knees and you press out into it, that's what you're gonna do. If you don't have a band, you're gonna use an object and you're gonna put it between your knees and you're gonna squeeze onto it. But either way, you're gonna do 5 glute bridges laying down on the ground. Again, either pressing out on an object or squeezing, or squeezing in on an object, and then just going through full range of motion. So squeezing the butt cheeks, making sure that you get that hip fully extended up at the top. Hi. I know, it's hot outside and you don't like it. So after 4 minutes of that, we are then going to do 3 sets. You're gonna do 6 palm pickups on each side, and you're gonna do 3 pistol rollouts on each side. So, for the palm pickups, you have a couple options. So again, these are something we often do during handstand walk skill days at the gym. And it's where we're balanced on our hands in some variation of a handstand. And then we're just gonna be picking up the palm while keeping the fingertips on the ground. And you can do this anywhere from a bear crawl position to a pike, to a handstand against the wall, or to freestanding. So it's up to you guys. But the basic concept is this. So I'm inverted. If I'm gonna do bear crawl, again, tippy toes. And then all I'm gonna do is press through my fingers, focusing on shifting away from this hand, and then come over to the other side and do the same thing. And what this is really doing is trying to help teach you the importance of weight shifting when you're upside down and how crucial that is, and also using your fingertips for balance and for a little bit of leverage. So again, you can get a little bit more challenging each round, but you're gonna do 6 on each side, so 12 total. After that, you're gonna do 3 pistol rollouts per side. So the beginning phase of this can be assisted. So if you need to, you can hold on to an object. You can grab onto a wall, a door, preferably something that won't move and make you fall down. But the basic goal is to control yourself into a full depth pistol and then gently roll out to your back. So again, I'm gonna go nice and slow and controlled. I'm gonna sit as low as I can and then gently roll to my back. And then I'm just gonna stand up whatever way I see fit. And you're gonna do that 3 times on each leg. And again, you can assist in any way necessary. So you can grab on a little bit, slowly, kind of help take some of your body weight off. It's up to you guys. So that's the last piece of your warm up. Now we have a long skill session. So it's gonna be a 14-minute EMOM. Even minutes, so you're gonna start with 8 to 12 pistols. And then on the other minute, you're gonna do 4 to 6 handstand push-ups. There is a wide variety of scaling options as far as how you can do this, how you can make this harder. So we're gonna go over a couple scaling options now. Let's just start with the top end. So the ideal today is a full range of motion bodyweight pistol. If you can do that very confidently and 12 reps is pretty smooth for you, you can add a weight, so you can hold a backpack, you can hold a kettlebell, dumbbell, something like that. And then for the handstand push-ups, the top end goal is strict. And if it's 4 to 6 reps is pretty confident, then you can add a deficit. So you can put your hands on some books or something like that, and you can add a little bit of range of motion. So that's the very top end of this. Now let's kind of start to work our way down. So let's start with the handstand push-up. So for the handstand push-up, again, strict deficit is all the way at the top. Then we've got strict. Then you've got kipping after that. After that, you have piked handstand push-ups. So you're gonna go feet on top of an object and you're gonna try and press vertically. So again, when I go to do these, most important thing is that my head touches the ground. First off, you can be on your knees or on your toes. This is gonna be a little bit easier. But most important thing is that my head touches the ground out in front of my fingertips. So I created a tripod. And then as I press my head through and I stack that shoulder again. And this is gonna hopefully be, as far as you'll need to scale these, is gonna be on a kneeling surface, and then you're gonna do exactly like I just did. If that's still a little bit too challenging, then what you can do is essentially an incline push-up of some kind. So you can come over, all we need to do is just elevate the hands, and we're just gonna go through that same full range of motion push-up that we normally would if you're not quite comfortable going through the pike. Again, most important things with handstand push-ups as a whole, but especially with the pike variation, head touches the ground in front of the fingertips. So again, creating a tripod here, and as I press, that head comes through. So I'm reaching my head back towards my feet when I'm in a pike variation. So those are some options, kind of working our way down for the handstand push-ups. For the pistols, again, your RX is going to be just body weight. You can always add a little bit of weight as well. Your next scale down is going to be a lightly assisted sit down. So what I mean by that is if you have a band, tie it around, or if you want to use an object to help you balance, you can do that. And you can go through your pistols like that. Or you can scale by sitting to a target. So I can find a target that's challenging for me, focus on loading back into the heel, keeping this leg up nice and high, tapping the object, and standing right back up. Do not sit on the object. So I don't want to see you do this and then kind of corral your way back up because you lose a lot of engagement in the bottom of that, and that's not ideal. So 14-minute EMOM, alternating between pistols and handstand push-ups, scaled appropriately. So after that, our workout for the day, we are going to do 2 6-minute AMRAPs. So what you're going to do is for 6 minutes, you're going to do 6 front squats, 6 push press, and then 6 box jumps. You're going to AMRAP that as far as you can in 6 minutes. You're then going to rest for 2 minutes, and you're going to do it again. So, as far as weight goes, in the gym, RX for this would be probably 135/95 for the guys and the girls. And then the box jumps, we would just be doing a normal 24-inch box jump, 20-inch box jump for the guys and the ladies. So again, a couple things we're looking for here. If at all possible, avoid scaling the box jumps to step-ups unless it's because of an injury, because we've got some front squats in there and we want to keep that jumping stimulus, we want to keep that explosive stimulus. So jump to a small object, so jump to a stair, something like that would be much preferred than scaling to step-ups on a deep object like a box. For the front squats and the push press, your goal would obviously be to try and do these unbroken for as long as you can. Hopefully that happens the entire workout. It very well may not, and that's okay. Because in this workout, it's only 6 minutes long. You're going to be trying to crush through rounds, going really quickly. So it's very possible that you blow up a little bit, and that's okay. But for the front squats, if you have a barbell, we're just going to do a normal barbell front squat. If you have a kettlebell or a dumbbell, you're going to do a goblet squat. So you'll go ahead and you'll hold the kettlebell right in the front rack here, and you'll go through your full range of motion squat. Again, a couple things to consider. When you sit down, feet need to be just outside the hips. Engage by doing something active. Don't just sit into the squat. Screw the feet into the ground, press the knees out, and focus on loading my glutes. So load into your butt cheeks on the way down. Make sure those heels are down on the ground. Those two things will go hand in hand. As far as positioning goes for the goblet squat, the elbows are just going to be basically pointing straight at the ground. But if I've got a barbell, again, I want that relaxed grip. So relax the hands, elbows are up nice and high, as many fingers as possible on the bar, but again, the priority is finding that bar resting across your collarbones here. So you want it sitting back nice and far. Then for the push press, again, we're going to need to transition that grip. So if you're doing push press with the barbell, you're going to need to stand up your last front squat, get all those fingers around the bar, drop the elbows a little bit. So again, when I go to push press, my elbows are down at about 45 degrees, and then I'm going to dip drive. So again, I've already done all the squats. So I've done all of this. When I go to push press, get that out of your head, because all I'm doing is this. So again, super short, super explosive range of motion. Heels are down, knees are forward. So again, the exact opposite of a squat. I would never start a squat like this, but I would start a push press like that. So again, finish your squats, hips back, squeeze the glutes all the way up, and then for the push press, knees forward, squeeze the glutes for that explosive hip power. So again, whole lot of butt cheeks. If you're going to be doing single arm for the push press, you're going to go ahead and do 4 reps on each side. So you're going to up the reps just a little bit. So rather than do 6 reps total, you're going to do 4 on each side. So you're going to do 8 reps total. And again, that's going to partially depend on weight. So if your weight is super light, feel free to go 4 per side. If your weight's a little heavier, you can keep the reps a little bit lower, and you can go 3 per side. So it's up to you guys. But that's your workout. 6 minutes, you get 1 score, you get 2 minutes rest, and then do it again, and you get a second score. So you have 2 separate scores for today's AMRAP, which means start back at the top. So when you start your next workout, the workout starts with front squat number 1. After that, all we have left is a little bit of mobility. So what we're going to do today, we're not going to have any stretching. We're going to have a lot of slow kind of release work, just working on, kind of resetting our bodies a little bit. So first thing we're going to do is you're going to do 4 sets. You're going to do 5 bird dogs on each side, and you're going to hold for 3 seconds at the top every time. So again, tabletop position. I'm going to start by touching my knee to my elbow, and then I'm going to hold for 1, 2, 3, touch, 1, 2, 3, and I'm just going to focus on squeezing essentially everything in my posterior while I do that. So the belly's engaged, but then I've got the hamstrings, the glutes going, I've got my upper back nice and tight on that front arm, and you're going to do 5 reps on one side with a 3-second pause, followed by 5 reps on the other diagonal with a 3-second pause. You're going to go through that 4 times. So when you're done there, we're going to do 10 slow cat-cows. So for those, we're going to stay tabletop. And all I'm going to do is basically try and count out a long breath. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with my head up, and then I'm going to take a deep breath here, and then I'm going to let it out. And as I let it out, I'm going to tuck, and then I'm going to breathe again on the way back down. And I'm going to try and pair that flexion extension of my spine with my breathing. And I'm going to do it nice and slow. So big long inhales and then big slow exhales. When you're done with 10 there, we're going to do 10 slow toe touches to overhead reach. So all we're going to do is I'm going to put my feet together for a good hamstring stretch, and then I'm going to count to like 10 seconds. Nice and slow. I'm going to focus on folding forward for my upper back first, rounding out my spine, slowly reaching down towards my toes. Can hang for a second here, and then I'm going to start in my low back, and I'm going to curl up 1 vertebra at a time, all the way until I reach up overhead and I extend. Now I'm going to go back down the exact same way, standing up. So again, just real slow movement for the hips and the spine, just trying to cool things down a little bit. So that's your training for Wednesday. Enjoy, put your sunscreen on, drink a lot of water, and don't get sunburned. That's my advice for me and for Brent. So let's stay healthy, guys. Tag us, palisade.ithaca, Forged by Zeus, CrossFit Queens. We'll see you guys back tomorrow.